pages as well. Those of you on other parts of the world, we have a number that you can reach us on as well. During the course of the program, I'll be announcing it, and you can also reach out to us wherever you are. Let me put that announcement through. Wherever you are, you don't necessarily have to be in the UK to broadcast on our platform. We can capture you visually wherever you are, and then you'll be broadcasting to every part of the world. What about that? Okay, that is a good thing for you. So get in touch with us. Drop us a line. Email us. I was going to say info@starradiouk.com. info@starradiouk.com, or call us on 0203371188 0203371188. Yomi, apologies.
Yes, as we were giving the breakdown to the those infected, what part of the state, the numbers, I'll be giving that shortly. But it also seems that a number of Nigerians at home, not every one of them reading the comment, are probably also taking this like a league table, like a football league. You know, if you read the comment, it looks like they're playing a kind of league, saying the numbers are going up, like when we watch the football game. This is real, and this might be something that if you are not careful, you might be infected. So we hope the message goes straight down to people that are watching us back at home. Yesterday at 8 p.m. We had another number of 23 cases added to what we have. Lagos presently have 91 cases of patients with coronavirus. The FCT, the capital, have got 35. One state that have just jumped up quickly is Osun State, and that is a very, far away from Lagos, far away from Ogun State, but the number there went up to 14, and is again got to, that individual that traveled into that particular state as well, and if people are not captured quickly, the spread will go on, and we'll be monitoring that as well. Oyo State remains 8, Ogun State is 4, Edo is 4, Kaduna is 4, Bauchi is 3, Enugu is 2, Ekiti 2, Rivers State 1, Benue State is 1. Akwa Ibom, from nowhere, have shoot up to 5. How many cases are we going to find more in that state? We will have to wait and see. 9 people have been discharged, but that is what we have at the moment. I'll be giving you some other news later. But let me go back straight to you first in the studio.
Now, the Akwa Ibom issue, I mean, they've not recorded anything. Then all of a sudden, boom, 5. Now, that place has not been locked down, has it?
Well, it's currently not fully locked down from the federal, but the states, in most of the states, are also doing what they call a kind of shutdown, making sure that nothing is not operating as fully as it's meant to be. That means, the gatherings that we normally have and all that. But the federal government will have to wait and see. Maybe there will not be the same complete 14 days lockdown, in the state. We will have to wait to see whether that is going to be coming up, from the federal government.
Now, some are talking about 14 days, some other states are talking about 21 days. So there's a bit of a confusion there. Is it 14 days that these people are shutting the place down, or there will be a reassessment or evaluation after the 14 days to see whether there's a need to extend it?
Well, I mean, presently, the 3 states that have been shut down is for 14 days. That might be reviewed. We won't be able to say until time to get close. From before the president spoke on Sunday, the number in Lagos State was not what it is today. And that means, by the time we get to less than a week from when the president spoke, or maybe before that 14 days, who knows what the number would be. Looking at, the cases in hand, most people have not been tested. Test kit itself is a big problem, not just only in Nigeria, but across the world. So until people get to test, and then we will know how many cases we have. And those cases will also determine the number of deaths in terms of those that will be dying, in this crisis, just like, we saw the number. I looked at the statistics in UK. In between less than 2 weeks, we've now captured up to 2,000 deaths. When the first death was announced, I think we had about 11. And then you could see that the trend went up, to 134, and it started growing up. And we saw the number yesterday, and that shows, we will have to see the same. At the moment in Nigeria, 2 deaths have only been recorded so far. We will have to continue to monitor that. Maybe that will change the strategy of the federal government in terms of extending the lockdown. All that is something that they're also reviewing and we're able to tell the members of the public when that time gets closer.
Okay, listen to Starr Radio UK updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki, broadcasting live from Edmonton. In your shots at the moment, we've got Mr. Frank Davids, who is also seated. I know that he was behind the scenes putting everything together for us to have a very good program. Frank, good morning to you.
Archie, good morning to our listeners, wherever they might be. We are here. Olayomi, how are you doing?
Good morning, Frank.
Yeah, good,
very good.
Good.
Great. Okay. Hope you are doing well.
Actually, I'm doing well. But quickly, on what Olayomi has been reporting, especially this lockdown.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm not hearing, be Nigeria, be Ghana, be what they call Ivory Coast. One thing that is not coming clear through is what happens if someone develops a symptom. Or since someone becomes symptomatic within that for a lockdown period, because the lockdown is to prevent spread of infection.
Yeah.
So let's say I picked it up before the lockdown, and within that 14 days period or 7 days, I start developing symptoms.
Yeah.
What do I do? That is not coming clear. That is not coming clear, because if we're going to just lock down a day to the lockdown, a day to the time the lockdown is finished, I started developing symptoms, or probably I get it, and then step out without
going to start infecting people.
We might have negated the whole process, because it will just be like someone who brought it in the first day. So within those 14 days, which we hope that according to the available data, that is the time, the incubation period, and people should start developing the symptoms that are known to come with
this COVID.
The COVID. Now, so within that period, I've not seen yet publicly being called or that lockdown. What should we do when someone develop a symptom within that? If I'm at Akwa and I start coughing, what do I do?
Interesting.
What do I do?
Yeah, because here you are supposed to call 111, and then they will advise, they will look at, go through the symptoms with you, and then advise whether they have to pick you up or whatever.
So the lockdown should come with a comprehensive message. You know, yesterday Mr. Bedu was talking about the literacy that So we need to educate ourselves when the the authorities who are running the affairs will need to then be able to tell us to understand that, look, if I'm in a lockdown and I feel this way, this is what we need to do. That should accompany the message about stay home.
Interesting. Because there have been few cases where people have tried, because they were not feeling well, they decided to go to the hospitals.
Yeah.
Now they get to the hospitals because they're not sure. They've not been tested, but if I feel headache, or I have I have dry cough, or I have sore throat, severe one, then I go to the hospital, and then by going there, it's there that they're going to see. I'll be sitting in the queue, okay, with some people who are ill as well, until we get to the doctor. The doctor says, no, you got COVID. By that time, I would have infected a lot of people.
That is it. And again, we come back to, and again, we should understand that the presence of COVID does not mean other
ailments are not going on. Yeah.
Accidents are not happening.
Yeah.
Pregnant women are not delivering. Are you getting snake bites are not
going on.
People are not catching fever. People are not catching SMS.
Yeah.
All others are going on. But these are the symptoms. When within this lockdown, you develop them, don't go to hospital. Do this.
Yeah.
But you're not going to expect that my because we are in a lockdown, my girlfriend is pregnant, my wife is pregnant, neither an agent are testing.
Is it lockdown? You're not going anywhere.
No, I'm not going to lockdown. I am not going to, if I don't have access to a hospital to go to, I'll go to a herbalist next door.
Yeah.
Now, are you getting me? Let's be realistic. What are we supposed to do during the lockdown? I know what to do over here.
Yeah, but there.
When I'm in Kejak, what am I supposed to do? I'm at Kukrantumi, what am I supposed to do? I'm at Choko, what am I supposed to do? So the lockdown in itself is not enough.
Wow, listeners, Mr. Frank Davis for you. Now, interestingly, here, even I spoke to my little princess, Frances, and then she said, when I asked her about COVID, you remember I asked her something, then she was able to say a few things, and I thought, so she's not seeing the dad, and she's okay with it because she's talking about COVID and a few kids. I was trying to see whether maybe tomorrow I'll see whether I can get some of the kids and they will come on to tell us how they are coping with what is going on. Of course, with the permission of their parents. Now, so when it comes to our place, information dissemination as to whether the people are being informed and being educated and they having the understanding of the message that is being put across. Because like Frank said, if it's just lockdown, then by the time they say the lockdown is over, somebody has started showing symptoms. So maybe somebody who had it had transferred it to the person, that person has recovered, didn't show too much of the symptoms, and then the person who is going to be worse off is not showing it, and then you open, everybody, boom.
And the other thing is, allow me finally, if you look at people who live in compound houses, I might have contracted, possibly pick up the virus. It takes 3 days, 5 days, 7 days to basically start showing or developing anything.
Yeah.
I then infect someone within the same compound house. Yeah. It takes another 5 to 7 days. We've eaten how many days into the 14 days? We've eaten 10 days into the. You get me?
Yeah.
The other person also infects someone. The person's symptoms will only start showing when the lockdown is over. So it is very important that within the lockdown period, we are able to communicate clearly to tell people, if you develop these symptoms, this is exactly what you should do. Because if you are able to report it and we pick it up, this household, somehow we will be able to further lock down the whole household before the period
it's over. Even if we know that the period is going to be over maybe today, but we know that you have to still stay in for maybe another week.
Very important.
Yeah. Let's go to Yomi and let's see. Yomi, so what information is coming along with the lockdown?
You've been having conversation on that. The federal government have launched, knowing that we have a lot of our youth, and everyone or every household will have somebody, regardless of whether you're in the remote or the rural area, access to at least a smartphone. So they've launched a WhatsApp service to engage Nigerians. I've been able to download it. I've been able to log into it, and it's just an automated. And I think that was set up quickly, when the whole, COVID-19 started by the WHO. So every country has its own. I've been following that in different countries as well. So you input, it gives you the template with different answers and questions. Whatever you want to know more about coronavirus, information, locations, and all that. And then you type in the digit, then it comes back with more messages, and then it can take you back to zero. So it's like an automated, and it's updated regularly. I've been following that, like I said, in the last couple of months when this virus started. That now is also active. In terms of each of the states, yes, every state is still operating in terms of information-wise. Numbers are being released to members of the public. They're using also all the media platforms within each of the states to get the message across. But the question is, should the whole country be completely locked down, or we still have movement from one state? You might not get to another state, but if movement is still happening in more states, that means that the tendency of the virus to continue to spread will be there. I'll take you back again to I'm just looking at Plateau State. Have closed their boundaries. If Plateau closed their boundary, the next state hasn't done that. That means the chances is still quite high as well. So also Ondo closes borders and declared 3-day fasting. We've seen a lot of state asking us to fast. Whether that would also solve the people that haven't have something to eat, we will have to wait. I know, Frank always says that people can stay for 50 days or whatever days, but in this situation, people wants to eat, and that has been the message. We saw also, the government giving out, to the less privileged in Abuja, one of the local government, 20,000 naira to 5,000 people. A lot of Nigerians, as much as it was a good one, but they were distributing the money in cash. And when I mean cash, where people were lining up, queuing up, and they come forward. And it just shows that there's still a lot of work to do. I'll quickly go through the update, and I come back straight to you in the studio.
Yes.
Bamidele donate 10 million naira to Ekiti. Zamfara distributes sanitizer orders at the Ruga settlement. We've not even talked about. I watched. Like I said, I slept very late last night. We have about 65 million around the whole world people that are living in one kind of resettlement camp or the other. Nigeria also is included in that 65 million. And the worry of the organization saying, look, if the virus get into any of this camp, whether the one at the border of Greece, whether in Abuja or any of the IDP camp, whether in any part of the world in Bangladesh, that means there will be more problem at hand, to deal with. So we hope, they're doing everything as well to keep, to not allow the virus, to get into that as well. Also, Malami, the right head of court on time-bound cases. Kaduna threatened clamp down on clerics. We've seen a lot of mosque still operating, even though they've been told not to. I saw a picture as well yesterday in one of the local government called Agege local government, where the mosque was fully packed, and you wonder whether that is a recent picture or not. But if it's a recent picture, that is very, very scary. Quickly as well, Sule imposed 24-hour curfew again in Nasarawa community, because the only 3 states that the federal government has completely told to people to stay indoor is Ogun State, Lagos, and FCT. But other states are doing similar, but we need the federal government maybe now to say complete lockdown and then help people within each of the states as well. Also quickly, no God is punishing us with COVID-19. That is the message from the federal government saying that, because it seems a lot of people are still mixing up COVID-19, saying maybe God is punishing, Nigerians or Africa as well. Let's quickly take a look as well at some of the other stories as well. The power supply has been one area that a lot of Nigerians have been, asking the federal government to allow us to have a little bit of power, in this very difficult time. I saw the Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, House of Rep Speaker, with some of the, the CBN and Finance Minister and representative from the power supply. So it is very important that we hope we'll be able to get that. Power supply rises to 4,000 megawatt as plants receive gas. That is coming as well. Dangote contribute 15.3 billion to COVID-19 fund. Delivery company, Teleco, e-banking ahead of COVID-19 gainers. That is also coming up in that as well. The Commissioner for Police deploy riot policemen as tension rises in isolation camp. We've seen also prisoners, agitating in Kaduna, but that I think was quickly put down, from the tension of people saying, they might catch coronavirus. Not yet in UK, someone died as well yesterday in the prison sector. So it's not just those outside, even those inside, not, coronavirus free. Nigeria total public debt rise to 27.4 trillion naira. Rivers lawmaker donate salaries to fight pandemic. Yobe government commissioner donate half of their salary for COVID-19 fight. Custom impound 7 vehicles of 20.7 million naira poultry. Also, University of Ibadan short gate clubs introduce new gate pass. JAM donate ventilators to FCT hospital. Bank set international spending limit on card. Reduce workforce at project site. DPR tell operators, federal government suspend April shaving bond order. Ex-ministers of finance meet husband died in Kaduna. Coronavirus. Benue index cases may be taken to Abuja. Federal government established testing lab in Ebonyi University Hospital. Akwa Ibom record first cases of coronavirus. We've been looking at that as well. And let me just come down quickly. The COVID-19 worshippers attacked COVID-19 enforcement officer in Lagos. A lot of videos are coming out where in the east and the south, people are attacking those that are going around with the message for people to stay indoor or stay 2 meters away from each other. And if we continue to see that, what might happen is military will be attached to some of these people. And the last thing we want to see, which was put to the secretary to the government of the Federation yesterday during the media briefing, that what is the guideline for the security officers, to make sure that Nigerians are not being, aligned and maltreated. And he said something that Nigerians, when they travel out, they behave very well. When they come back, that Nigerian instinct kicks in, but they will be putting something out for the media to also have, so that when things like this happen, but worshippers are not allowed to attack enforcement officer as they're only doing their job as well. I'll take just two more, come back straight to you in the studio. Once again, this is Starr Radio UK. The Lut Hospital in Lagos have now said they've got 120-bed isolation center ready for coronavirus as well. Also, as well, we continue to talk about coronavirus. There was also a tragedy in Lagos. A truck crushed 6 people to death in Lagos as well. NIMASA donate 20 ventilators. I think we're going to need more ventilators to fight this pandemic. I'll go back straight now to you in the studio.
Listeners, Starr Radio UK, Mr. Olayomi for you, bringing you updates from Nigeria. Now, interestingly, there are a few issues that you touched on that I want to try to see whether we can get a bit of clarity or a bit of explanation from there. Now, Nigeria is looking at its debts now, saying that, now, look, we are owing 27.4 trillion naira. In the midst of where the whole world, people are not looking at what we are owing, but the fact that we want people to survive. Is it a time for them to say that this is how much Nigeria is owing?
Well, the question is that, like you said, I mean, every part of the world is trying to look at how they can save, human beings at this very difficult time. I mean, the only, source of income for Nigeria is our crude oil, and the price at the stock market at the moment for that is not looking very good. Maybe it's just to give Nigerians that there's not a lot of money to go around. I wouldn't know. But Nigerians are still expecting the government from the federal and the state to put a food on the table of millions of Nigerians that will be going on a lockdown. And that lockdown might be increased because if the situation goes bad, as we've seen in other countries, I don't think 2 weeks will be enough to kill or stop the virus spreading. Not even in advanced country have given 2 weeks. They've given more than 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, now moving on to University of Ibadan. Now, what are they doing? What is it? Is it a party or a conference, or what are they doing?
Well, I think from that message there, as much as most institutions are closed, but as we know, University of Ibadan, they have, some other, in terms of research and all that goes on around there. So maybe, club or all that is not something that is operating in any state. And likewise, the other gatherings that have been told not to happen. But we would know that those that are still working, like what we call here the key workers, as well, will continue to do, work within some of this university. Doesn't mean that students are still, being taught or working as well. But yes, they are just key workers that are still part of the university, working on behalf of the government or the state, looking into this coronavirus. Okay,
that's a good one. That is what is happening. Not that they're having students and everybody there. I mean, virtually spreading a tendency of spreading this COVID-19. Now, I know Frank is here, but let's move on to what happened in Lagos. Now, you did talk about one incident where you said in the mosque, you could see people who were virtually, the whole place was packed. Okay. Now, as whether it's a current video that you've got or picture that you've got, we're not very sure of that. But in a situation where worshippers were attacking security people during this time in Lagos as well, that means that the information, you see, we were talking about dissemination of information. The people have not actually understood, or the leader of that particular sect, whether it be Christian or whatever, is not actually telling the congregation exactly what they need to know at this time. So can you give a bit of clarity there? Who are they? What kind of body is it?
Well, when the case started, Lagos called all the the religious bodies on a round table, and I think a message was debated, and the message went as a circular to different parish around the country and around the state, even Ogun State. But even after that, the weekend we saw big churches still operated on Sunday, mosque still operated. And yes, people voiced it out. And I think, the following weekend, it went a little bit quiet. But then some other states as well, we saw more people still doing the same thing. But like I said, a picture came out yesterday somewhere in Lagos, one of the local government, where there's a congregation of, people, in the mosque, tied together, still doing their, prayers. And you wonder, what part of the world that they are when people are saying we must keep that 2 meters gap from each other and not in that kind of gathering in this particular time that we are saying that we might lose more lives. And I think the number, maybe people are still looking at that number and thinking, well, it's a very small number, but that number will grow quickly if care is not taken, just like other parts of the world have not done the right thing as well. And we saw what has been happening here in UK as well.
Frank, now, in Jesus' ministry, I mean, I know most of them are saying they are following Jesus. In Jesus' ministry, at one point, they got to a place where the tax collectors came. And they said that you and your people have to pay tax. Yeah, okay. Now, Jesus said, Peter, go fish and all that story. Yeah. Came with a coin and he said, okay, give me the coin. Now, whose head is on it? Caesar. He said, Caesar. He said, give to Caesar what Caesar's is. Okay? Now, this is something that is going on, and we are supposed to be ones that are adhering, because Paul did also say that whoever, I mean, God is the one who appoints leadership for us. Okay, in times, in situations, if he gives you a hard leader, he appoints that and everything. But people seem to be quiet on that and saying that with everything that is going on, look, this one is the sin of the people. The sin of the people. We have to come together and pray. We're not saying that we shouldn't pray. No. That's why this morning we're talking about something that Starr Radio has come out with, that we can still pray. We can have 1 million people who want to pray. We can give you the platform to do that. We can get everybody to pray. But what is this thing that is going on in the minds of leaders? Because if the leader didn't say that they should come, the members wouldn't come.
Actually, people know and that when it comes to this issue, I do not actually. Olayomi, I think your camera.
Olayomi, you are sleeping. You are not standing.
No, Olayomi, turn your
camera. He's done it now.
You want to call back?
No, that's fine. I know we're almost wrapping up anyway. So
Okay. All right. I think he's done it. Okay. Archie, my opinion on this is straightforward and simple. We always call on our government, our leaders, political leaders. Yes, I understand they actually, should bear the biggest, they should have the broadest shoulders to basically help us through some of these problems. However, we as citizens must play our role. Leadership from a government level is still leadership at a church level. If you cannot demonstrate at a church level that you're also a leader, then you are equally as bad as anyone that you call out there that the government, the president, not doing it. Assuming the president Buhari has not done something right, members of that church, including that pastor, assuming that pastor is driving on a road and there are a lot of potholes, he is going to call on the governor of that. Look at how bad
the roads are.
I get me, because it is their responsibility to fix it. Now, what we're talking about is the leadership responsibility to ensure that that congregation do not meet. It is the leadership of a mosque responsibility to ensure that worshippers do not come to congregate. Are you getting me? If it's a Sikh temple, it is the responsibility of the leadership. So for me, the message has gone. There should be nothing like compromise. Go there, arrest the leadership of the DC, and prosecute them. Actually, it's a straightforward, because they're just not putting the lives of their congregants into danger, but they are risking the lives of others out there. Because these people are not going to remain
in the church,
chapel until the virus is gone. Are you getting me? So once you pose a risk to public safety, for me, you should be prosecuted, especially if you're a church leader. The members can be spared a day and given fines and warnings, but the leadership of that church, for me, we need to make examples of them. That is my thinking. We need to make example of them. Prosecute them. I'm not saying prison them. Prosecute them. Let them do some community. Let them go to hospitals and help in cleaning.
Go to the forefront. Don't give them any PPEs. Let them go to the
Let them go to the hospitals and help. I mean, the front line. Look, they should be helping clean the hospitals as part of their punishment, so that they can see firsthand what is actually going on.
Well, listeners, Starr Radio UK. Now, the issue about prisoners. Now, Frank said that these leaders should not be in prison, that they should be found, or they should go and do some community work, which we agree. We've always been advocating for that. But we know we have dangerous, criminals who are under lock there. Now that people are claiming, or there is a bit of agitation that, hey, because of COVID-19, we need to be released, because if not, we'll be infected. If there's not been a case in a prison, why do you think they should be, released? Especially these people, if in this part of the world, they are able to be tracked in a way. Even that, it's not possible. You cannot get it 100%. So how is the state going to cope with that?
Well, that's a question that was put to the the minister in charge of that, and what they are doing as well is they are not trying to. First and foremost, those that have minor cases are being told to be released by the Inspector General of Police, so that means they can decongest. We already have a congested coronation center, as we call it now. We don't call it prison anymore in Nigeria. It's called a coronation center. But again, individuals like that have been told to be released, and also not bringing anybody more. Yes, if somebody has committed a big crime, definitely they'll still have to be brought in. Also, in terms of what would they be doing, and knowing that our tracking system is not as advanced as part of this part of the world, that again has been a big question on the lips of a lot of Nigerians. And I think the only thing they might be able to do is, make sure they monitor those that are presently inside the prison. And if there's any kind of symptoms, they might be able to move that individual out, and then, doesn't allow that spread as well. We'll be able to confirm by tomorrow, but I won't mention, details of it. But if the news that the reason why the call that was coming to me, the person I've just communicated with me on this other device, it might be something as a blow, but we will come down to all our listeners when we confirm fully if that breaking news that have come to me right now, we'll be able to confirm that tomorrow, or we might come back again later on Starr Radio UK.
Let's confirm
it. It's a very, very big news, but I won't say more than that now.
Let's confirm it. I think I've also picked up something from one of the platforms, and if that is it, it's going to be very difficult for Nigeria. But like a video I saw yesterday where some Nigerians were jubilating that certain key personalities have actually contracted the coronavirus. We have people who will jubilate, and we have people who will not be happy. I remember when Abacha passed. I was by then at the university. We actually ran onto the street and jubilated Abacha's passing. So anyway, Olayomi. Now, but with the prisoners issue, I think actually what is happening is that all the states are doing that. I think Ghana, they've done that. Even in this country, certain prisoners were released. The more if you're able to decongest
the prison,
by allowing those with minor crime, petty theft. Look, someone steals a plantain, a bunch of plantain.
You go and imprison them.
A judge sends them to 7 years in prison. There's no sense in that. Instead of sentencing them to go and be weeding some acres of land for the person they stole from each other. So people like this should be released. That will allow or create more space for the hardened criminals to be spaced out. If it is 2 in a room, you can then have 1 in a room. So I think that's what the states are doing. I think I congratulate them for that.
Okay. Listen, Starr Radio UK. Yomi, before you go, we know that we are trying to clarify a few things, so you have to go into the background once again. But before you go, what else do you have for us?
Stay safe. If you don't have any reason to be outside, then you shouldn't be outside. You will be penalized. Here in UK, you'll be fine, and that also might link to your, criminal record, because this is becoming something that the government is now, I mean, looking at the, the figure yesterday, there is pressure on our frontline staff. If you're in Nigeria, you can still as well stay at home. You have something that can still survive you maybe for the next 72 hours while we continue to push and see more that will come to your door. And those of you giving food as well, let us do it wisely so that more people are not getting the virus with the food that you are distributing to them. We will continue to work on the background on them. With anything, like I said, by tomorrow morning, we will get a clearer view of what is happening back in Nigeria and also back for Nigerians here as well. On behalf of myself and the team here, I will leave you and continue to enjoy the show. Share the page, invite your friend, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It can only be Starr Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. All the way in Alice local government, I say good morning to you. And for now, it's bye from me from here.
Bye-bye, Mr. Olayomi. We'll be having you back on tomorrow, God willing, or during the course of the program. Once he's got that clarity from that information that came through, we'll be bringing him back on. But let me say morning to British. Wow, that's a very nice name. It's I greet ya. We also respond yeah, and we are greeting ya. Okay, and to Irene O'Day, who's also joining. Irene, long time. I hope you are doing very, very well. And Mame. Your lovely daughter, Mami Nyakwa.
Let me say good morning to Angel White.
Wow.
Angel White. You know, you were talking about angels. We have the white, the Angel White.
White. Okay, we like white angels. We like that one.
White angels. So Angel White has actually joined us, and we also have Kadri. Is it Kadra? Kendra. I hope I got your name right. Again. Good morning to you wherever you might be. Adam, good morning to you as well wherever you might be. Archie.
Yes, thank you to every one of you who is still on sharing the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and staying glued to your sets. Exactly at 12 o'clock in the next 4 minutes, we'll be opening the lines for you to join in the conversation. Now you feel you are on lockdown. You think, I need to talk to somebody. I need to feel free. This is the platform will allow you to do that. You come up with an innovation. You think, wow, I think I can do this during this lockdown. I want to share it with the people. Listen, get in touch with us. Like I said, it is 02033711 882 02033711 or email us, drop a line. It is info@starradiouk.com and we'll get back to you. We'll give you a very good package so that you're not just in your small room just broadcasting maybe on Facebook, but on all our platforms. When we unleash it, there's no corner of the earth that can say that we didn't hear you. So if you want to be a preacher man, you want Jesus to come quick, come to Starr Radio UK. Come and preach, because until the gospel reaches every corner, he's not coming yet.
Coronavirus does not end the world. Actually, let's go.
Okay, no. Yes, so let me announce the numbers, and in the next 3 minutes you can call it. It is 0208 133 2257 0208 133 2257 or 58. Now US or Canada is 00171830327737. You can text or WhatsApp us. It is 0753966174 0753966174. Our Twitter handle is Starr Radio UK. Email address info@starradiouk.com. If you're in the US, you're on lockdown and therefore you've run out of data, don't you worry. You still want to listen to Starr Radio UK. You want to somebody, your relation there, to continue to listen to us. You are Frank.
Actually, for those of you who are actually following us on Facebook, we have our speech to text, what they call speech to text feature that is actually translating whatever we are saying to you, like text. Some of the words the system is not picking them properly, but just cope with us. We actually trying to master that very feature. So those of you who are actually on Facebook, you will be seeing text, a speech to text, basically the translation of whatever we say, including whatever our callers will say. It's also coming on your screen as text. You might not see it if you're on mobile phone. For those of you on tablets, those of you on certain type of mobile phones, on desktops, you should be able to see that picture just below the video as well.
Okay, Starr Radio UK for you. just few seconds to 12. This evening we'll be bringing you Property Hour. This time when they are saying that there is a 3 months mortgage holiday. That doesn't mean that once they're staying at home, you say, I'm not calling them, I'm not paying you. Some people have gone on to cancel their direct debits. But as our money man said the other time, that is not the way. That is not the way. You have to have a conversation with them.
With your lenders.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. But KB Bossman, Vicky, they will be bringing you that, and they will tell you more about what to do in these times. Is it time for you to buy properties? And I was thinking I wanted to buy a property, and I'm like, okay, if I buy the property now, that means we cannot move into that property, or you cannot lay hands on that property until COVID-19 is over. But all that going on people's heads.
The digital work that is ongoing. One of the men, a friend of mine's uncle got a COVID. He's an architect. They go to do some of this service and other thing, and he actually contracted. But thank God he's not recovered.
Okay.
Let me say good afternoon to Bashmalan Bashir. Suleiman, good afternoon to you, and also to Henry Doe. Is it Henry Doe? Yeah, Henry Doe. I say good afternoon to you as well, and Handry Mate, also good afternoon to you.
Fazel Fene, good afternoon to you as well. Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, man of God, I know that you are always there holding our backs, praying for us so that we'll be able to have more vigor to go on. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's move on to the story that is making the rounds here in the UK, and then we'll move on to other parts of the world. But the lines are open. You hop in, we give you the time. You can say whatever you want to share with us. If you are on quarantine or you've been through that. No, there are people who are thinking, okay, I'm having a dry cough. I'm not having any temperature. Is that it? Somebody was saying me yesterday, I'm feeling very, very cold. And I said, well, they didn't say only cold. They said when you have temperature. But maybe that could be. We're not very sure.
It's very important that people know that the COVID, like we said yesterday, COVID-19 is an authority. It's an authority on its own. No one understands it fully. It is still teaching us exactly what it is as a virus. We learn it from it on a daily basis. We learn it from it because this morning there's new finding that is coming out from Middle East, which suggests that the virus can be in the air for as long as 3 days.
Oh my!
Which means that if that finding, WHO is actually studying that research now, which means that if I have the virus and I speak of, emit it over here, the wind blows. It means that you might not be close to me. You might be somewhere in a distance away. If the theory, what they are saying is true, it means that the wind can potentially carry that virus from one location to a different location to infect someone. And that would be very, very dangerous. Now, what they are saying is that they actually studied the Asian countries, South Korea in particular, and China. And they found out that people who were wearing masks on a daily basis since the beginning of this virus, virus were likely to contract the virus than those who were not wearing
the
masks at all.
Wow.
Now, and they actually analyzed those who contracted it without masks, where they have been. If they've been in contact with anybody who has actually contracted the virus. And some cases, nothing. They've not been in contact with anyone. None of their contacts
have been outside.
Have even proven to have the virus, but they have contracted it.
Oh my!
So, if that is proven, it will be a game changer. It means that all of us must begin to wear masks. So, like we saying, the symptoms that they've given to us, science, or they might come out to change their advice. But let's, be careful and follow the advice as they come, and also follow credible news outlets. Because coronavirus, like I keep on saying, is a master on his own.
Yeah.
Teaching us what it is, and we are learning. No one understands the virus fully as we speak.
Well, coming from South Africa, they said there's something very peculiar about South Africa COVID-19 numbers. From March 21 to March 24, there were 352 new cases, an average daily increase of 27.9%. In the 4 days after, the number of new cases increased on average by 21%. But in the 4 days ending on Wednesday, April 3rd, that is April 3rd, okay. Yesterday was April 1st. There were 193 new cases, a daily average increase of 3.84%.
Right.
Now, the person is asking the question, is that what on earth is going on? The most likely answer is that the numbers are incorrect. And that South Africa is missing many cases. Health Minister Zweli Mkhize, for one, seems to realize this, as he warned on Wednesday. The small growth we are currently experiencing is coming before a devastating storm. So, like we are saying, like the calm before the storm. You think that the figures that they are giving, how many people in those? I mean, like you were saying, they said it's a lockdown. Now, what instructions are they giving to somebody who is feeling feverish, having temperature? How did they?
And the other thing we must take note of is that, Archie, the figures that we are getting from the what they call it, the authorities, those are tested and confirmed cases. There are potential and tested cases that are still carrying the virus that we do not know. So this is how I look at it. If you tell me there are 5 cases, I multiply times 10. Because if you look at what happened in South Korea, where someone who had a dinner with one person who had it, went to church, infected 2 people, within a space of time, 17 people with that congregation got infected that same day.
And they took
now, within 2 weeks, the number of people that got infected to a point where about 60% of all those infections in South Korea were traced to this single individual. I'm not going to take chances, or we should not relax. That is happening in Azorok, it's happening in Kaduna State, it's happening in Dambai, it's happening in what do you call it, Bulawayo, it's happening in Halari, and therefore those of us in Kukrantumi,
we are safe.
Are safe. No, we cannot tell, because someone close to us might have been somewhere that we do not know. So we just have to follow the official advice. And I'm going to appeal again to the authorities. When we're doing this lockdown, we've spoken enough about authorities in Africa, especially India, Italy. We saw what happened, where people migrate from one location to another as a direct result of this lockdown. Yesterday, there was an incident somewhere in Ghana, where somewhere in the Krobo area, within the eastern region of Ghana, where the residents were actually chasing away, in fact, with clubs and things, trying to beat these guys. 4 people, including one indigenous of that area, were coming back from Accra. These people said they would not allow them. They wouldn't allow them
to come into
they would not
the
allow
place.
them to the town. We saw a similar situation in China, in some villages. They wouldn't allow you to come, but it was managed. We will appeal to authorities now that they should be giving proper information out there. If this is time, we're gonna make good use of our local government system. If people return, you don't have to chase them away, but what the appropriate thing to do,
quarantine them.
That is it. That is it. If not, we might end up seeing casualties that will be coming, and the communities are right. They are right, because they are actually trying to prevent the virus from coming to them. Coronavirus has no legs, has no wings, it cannot fly. It is people who take them. Ghana, it didn't start from there. Nigeria, it didn't. Even UK didn't start from. It was people who brought them from China, and that's why we are all in this crisis as we speak.
That is why Trump said that it's a Chinese disease. Well, listen to Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 9 minutes past the top of the hour. Let me say thank you very much to Ebenezer who sent that story. We hope you are keeping safe there. Now, if you don't know, those of you in the UK, now the instruction is stay home. Now, who and who are affected? Now, the only way or the only reason or reasonable excuse that includes you or gives you the permission to go out is shopping for basic necessities such as food or medicine. Now, to take exercise, the guidelines suggest once a day, and in Wales that is the law. Now, seeking medical assistance or to avoid injury or illness or to escape a risk of harm. Now, providing care or assistance to a vulnerable person, providing emergency assistance or donating blood. Interesting. How do I go to donate blood at this time? But attending the funeral of a member of your household or a close family member, or in some circumstances a friend. Now, fulfilling legal obligations such as attending court, satisfying bail requirements, or participating in legal proceedings. Now, assessing critical public service including child care or education, social service, or victim support. Now, allowing children of separated parents to move between both households and then moving house where reasonably necessary. So what I said about if you buy a property now you can't move it. No, you can't still move it, but you have to look at it critically.
It's about risk management. Every situation you have to look at the risks involved. This morning, for instance, I was talking to a health worker who wanted to seek my opinion on a situation, and what we needed to do was to go through, like you do in every consultation, every consultancy environment, to be able to look at the possible risks that the person faces, and then how do we mitigate, how do we eliminate. Certain risks cannot be eliminated completely.
At all.
What you do, you minimize them. So if I'm going to move from one location to another, how do I mitigate the risk against what they call it, the virus or whatever it is? So those are the rule books that we all have to follow in doing this. It's only that sometimes we tend to be reckless. We are not saying that sometimes you can follow the rule books. The doctors, some of them who are passing away yesterday, one again died. Then some of them even know better. And you get me? So we're not saying when you follow all the blueprint you might not, there's a chance, but what it is,
it minimizes
the potential
of you. Okay, listen to Starr Radio UK. Now join in, feel free to do so. Now, before I say Jack, I've got Kwame who has joined in. But interestingly, once I get Kwame on, shoppers are confused over what are essential items. Is it a toilet roll? Is it plant? Some people want to get plants, or is it Christmas? No. What do we? Easter egg?
Forget about Easter. Easter is off. COVID has suspended Easter.
Okay, let's go to Kwame. Kwame, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to your listeners and fans.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yes. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
Thank God for that. Okay. Yes. What do you want to say, sir?
Yeah, you see, you are talking about people going out for the essentials and things like that. Some people are saying, look, we can't stay in the house totally because my husband is more than the COVID-19.
Your wife is more than COVID-19.
So the thing is, sometimes we have to have this balancing effect. But yesterday we were talking about some of the brutalization being meted by the
security.
Well, funny enough, or very nicely enough, we saw a video yesterday with a military officer educating people in the trotro, in the minibus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You see? And that was nice to see. You see, not using force, and even the way he was speaking to the people and the way they respond, you see that is disgracing them. To be on the street.
Okay.
And constantly, this is what we have to get. You see, if you could remember, when this came out first, everybody thought, there was this thing that, the notion that it was a gay thing. You see, a gay disease.
Yeah, is it? I see.
Yes, or also from maybe Africa and some parts of the world. But constant education makes it to understand that no, it's not true. But sometimes sexual behaviors can let you cut those things. And this coronavirus, to me, the education has to be going out that look, people shouldn't think they are immune to it. But we should all learn to live a certain life that will prevent coronavirus and diseases.
Okay.
Because what we are getting now, since we haven't got any known medicine for it, that you go to the GP and the pharmacy to get that disease, we all have to know that we are potential carriers of this virus. And that we have to learn to observe these protocols. It should become way of life for most of us now. Because you can't be going to people crowds, you can't be just getting closer to people. Even when you are speaking to people, you have to give distance and stuff like that. These things have to become part of us. Until we find solution to whatever even the virus is. You see, how is mutilating, how is going about affecting people, and until we find that, we have to take all these precautions because nobody knows. And the people who are saying, "Oh, I don't think," unless you are not all right up there, I don't think people will just be going out thinking, "Oh, me, I'll go out because I don't care."
And
these are the. I listened to one journalist a while ago, and I felt sad. He was blatantly on a show calling the military and the police to beat people. Because some people are being headstrong or something. To his words. Yes, people will be like that, and you have people like that. But to me, I don't think we have to, because in the case of trying to beat somebody who you think is headstrong, an innocent person will fall victim.
The excesses.
Yes, this is something that brings us to, sometimes situations will catch up to you. Because during the June 4th era and stuff like that, during the Rawlings era, people always accuse Rawlings of the excesses. Now the brutality is being made to people. Did Akufo-Addo send people to go and do that? But these are people who have gone the street to asking them to do a job, but they are doing this. So are we going to blame the government for it?
It's difficult. It's difficult to blame government for things like that. But they are the they are the ones who give the instructions. They are up there, so it's believed that if they are not giving the right information or instructions, then they have to be held responsible for what their people down there are doing.
Archie, Kwame, hold on. Archie, Kwame was mentioning a soldier who yesterday
was educating some people.
That, I mean, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's actually the commander of 48 Engineers Regiment. The commanding officer of Ghana Armed Forces 48 Engineers Regiment. And he's a colonel in Nigeria, but we're not going to put his name.
Kudos to him, and we hope that people take a leaf out of his book. Kwame.
And you see, when you look at somebody with such stature and he has come down, and the way he's standing on the street talking to the people on this thing, why wouldn't a junior officer far below him do the same thing? There's somebody who maybe in his normal day life, he's always in an air-conditioned car going from office to office. You see? But he's on the street, and he told them that, look, I'm here because of you people. I would love to be with my family.
Stay away from the COVID. But because of you, he's there.
And I really like that. Well, these are the things that we all have to get used to, because sometimes people, it will take a lot of people a long time to get the message across to them. And we shouldn't think is by brutalizing them is the way to go. You see, we still need to be talking to people and saying things to people for them to realize. But to use force in this kind of environment, maybe some innocent people might fall victim. Because look, people will want to go out for genuine reasons. Very, very genuine reasons. Maybe he wants to go and buy something, or maybe he wants to go and get something. And beating them and stuff like that is not a way to go. And also one thing that, especially as a Ghanaian, I found so worrying is that the lockdown is in certain areas only. And to me, I don't think it's okay to have the lockdown in certain areas only.
You think it should be across the board?
Across the board, nationwide. Especially since it's partial. I saw a video in Cape Coast. They were holding something like a jubilee in the Cape Coast Castle.
Is it a current video?
Is it a current video?
Pardon?
Was that a current video?
Yeah, I think it's a current video because the person was comparing to what is happening in some other areas.
Okay.
And these are the things that is not good because it has to be total so that everybody in the country will know that, look, our behaviors has to change. Because if it's like, oh, only people in Accra has to change their behavior, only people in the Kumasi has to change their behavior, and people elsewhere can behave other. What about if somebody from somewhere entered into that community?
I agree with you. That's why those people in the eastern region were stopping people from coming. They don't know where you are coming from. They don't want to come and infect them.
Yeah, but it's when you see the person coming, you can stop it. But not every time you can see the person coming. You might enter the community without you, the vigilantes, knowing how he entered. Because there's no border from, like, let's say, for instance, a place like Volta region or Eastern region. There's no one border that you have to pass through to go to Volta region. You can enter Volta region from different angles.
Yeah.
And even enter it from Togo.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's not, just there have to be a blanket. And also, I'm hearing, talking about Togo, Togolese government, they've said nobody should pay electricity and water bill for 3 months.
Whoa, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. If it is true, though.
I think if it's true, such a thing would be good for Ghanaians as well. And maybe then people who go and fetch water and stuff like that will also fetch it for free. So there might be no need for you to have money or look for money in this kind of situation to get certain amenities.
Just a minute. Listen, Starr in the UK. We've got Felix all the way from Aberdeen who has also joined us. And let me say good afternoon to Mame Kata who has also joined us. Thank you very much. Kwame, let's come to you and then we can go to Felix, please. Yes.
Oh no, you go to Felix and that will be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kwame. Listeners, Starr in the UK for you. Let's go to Felix. Felix, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
We are plodding on.
Okay. I won't ask you any question. He said it's plodding on, and we are all plodding on.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Have there been any increase in the cases in Aberdeen?
Not in Aberdeen specifically. Scotland, I think there will be an update sometime about 12:30. Because when they do the update from the First Minister. But yeah, there has been increases over the last few days going to the models that they are working on at the moment, but it's still early days. But yeah, there have been increases. Yeah, I think they went past. I'm not sure, but they went past 2,000 tested cases sometime yesterday. Yeah, so yeah, that's where we are. Yeah.
Okay. Starr in the UK. Now, what do you want to talk about today, sir?
What is the basis of the lockdown in Ghana? What scientific advice is that based on? Is it just to contain the spread? What is the basis of that?
Yeah, it's containment. It's a containment plan.
Yeah. So if it is, why have they limited it to Accra, Kaswa, and Kumasi.
Well,
but where is the evidence?
According to them, those are
where
the hot
is the
spots.
evidence that? Pardon?
According to them, those are the hot spots.
And how did they come to that conclusion?
They said based on the contacts and the number of people who got infected and the contact tracing process. That is the explanation again.
It's a very strange contact tracing process they have over there. The contact tracing process seems to be very secretive, unlike other countries where it's made public.
Wow.
Because if you look at then. Just 1 second. I'll give you a call back. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. Well, listeners, let me say good afternoon to Ilham, Indonesia, Hadir. Okay, I don't know whether Ilham is listening to us from Indonesia or I'm not very sure, but Ilham, yes, Ilham, good afternoon to you and thank you very much for joining in on that. But Frank, Felix was saying something that is quite... and then Kwame too was saying that as well, talking about the fact that if Ghana, part of the country, the two cities, that is Kumasi and Accra, and they say Kaswa, I don't know whether Kaswa should be part of, Kaswa is part of the lockdown. Okay, so that they are looking at that those are the places where they think is the epic center. But it's a tendency that people might have it who have traveled through those places to other parts of the country.
Actually, the argument also that is being made is that if you look at how we live, although it's difficult to justify looking at the situation, some people would have preferred a total lockdown over a period of time. We all suffer the consequences and then we are out of it. That is provided that accurate information will be given for people to know exactly what they are doing during that lockdown period. Others have advocated economic activities must continue to go on at certain areas. And the most affected area where we think that there's a lot of contact, a lot of contact might have been made, then let's lock down those people and then probably we'll be able to contain it over here. I am not too sure whether it is the right. That's the reason they've given us. If I have my own way, I'll do. Look, no car was going to move. No car was going to move if you don't have a genuine reason. Especially the trucks and passengers cars. I would have completely asked that every car, passenger car should remain. Which means that the value cannot. The possibility of them moving from Nyankpala to Ketekrachi will be minimized. We moving from Accra to Budada will be minimized. Possibility of him moving from Takoradi to Choco will be minimized. I would have done that if I have my own way. But they also have to look at the economic aspect. Now the question is economy and protection of the disease. And if you look at this country, for instance, the UK here, the one problem that the Prime Minister had in locking down the country, they were looking at the markets. The markets, because it's difficult. It's just like an automatic engine. You bring it to hot, starting it, and actually, some businesses will not survive this crisis. Doesn't matter. Whatever provision government makes them. They are not going to survive. A satellite company in Shepherd Bush, we understand, are going there because just as about them getting funds into the business. They've done a bit of sourcing. Some investors were coming in. Just as they were about doing that, this COVID happened. Such a company is folding. They've spent so much. So certain businesses cannot come back to life. They cannot come back to life once this process is over. Also, what they've done, which is the partial lockdown, is going to yield the result. So far, it has not. We don't have evidence that it has been successful anywhere. Italy tried it. Spain tried partial lockdown, where they locked down certain sections of the country initially. It didn't work, and then they extended it to cover the whole country. Now let's hope that the areas that it's just, I don't call it by lack or anything. Let's hope that the areas that they've locked down, divinely, those people who are there, if there's any potential potentials at all, they have what they call it, they are contained over there. Interestingly enough, we had information, let's say from Ghana. There was an Indian man that's working on the rail lines from what do you call it? Is it Pond area?
Yeah.
We understand he's infected.
Whoa.
Okay. If that is the case, it means that he might have gone to a hotel, he might have gone to a restaurant in those areas. Those areas.
His colleagues that he works with.
Are you getting me? So those areas, people from Bato, Sugako might be working within those areas. We also have a situation where Upper East have reported cases.
Yeah.
We're talking Ghana specific now, listeners. Bear with us. Now, they've also reported cases. Now, those areas are not included in this lockdown. So, as to whether the lockdown that we've done, which is a partial lockdown that President Nana Akufo-Addo has actually done, will yield result, time will tell. Time is always a matter of truth.
Yeah. We've got Kwame, but there's one thing that they are doing now in Ghana. I don't know, Kwame might even talk about that as well. Now, they are trying to trace people who have come from overseas. I think they gave a particular date. I'm trying to see whether I can capture that. And they're telling the landlords that you have to report anyone that you know came from overseas to your account, whether they are Ghanaians or foreigners who have come, and are threatening them with a court action, legal action. But I asked myself the question, that's the immigration that has put that order across. But I asked myself the question, is it not their duty to check who is coming in and know where they are going to, their addresses? Now, why are they coming to landlords to come? They should appeal to them and not be that, I mean.
Actually, the danger we have with that, that's with me. The danger we have with that is, like when you disembark at Kotoka International or Mutala Airport or Abuja International Airport, they ask you of your address. You do, I mean, to a large extent,
box.
Most of that PO box it. Are you get me? Most of us PO box it. For instance, I have my PO box that is used by my friends. So if, for instance, I PO box it as my address, how are you going to sample? We ask to put the house numbers and other things. Now there's a bit of improvement that is coming with
Google, whatever that they have.
With a bit of what in Ghana they call Ghana Post, Ghana Post GPS or whatever.
Okay.
That is improving. That will improve a little bit of contact tracing.
Okay.
If immigration has upgraded their system to capture. But at the end of the day, I am coming to visit someone. I live in Italy. I live in someone. I live in Young. I take a flight, come, and I post bosses. That's the address I was given when I was going to. How are you going to be able to trace me? And I probably I stayed there for one day, and then I moved to a different place for another day. I tell you, I'm in a Novotel hotel because I can pay £50
for that night, and then after that,
I go and check into $2. Airbnb. How are you going to get me? So we need to appeal to the conscience of people at this point in time for them to look at it. This is a collective responsibility. The authorities cannot do it on Archie. They cannot. Appeal to the landlord, great, but do not threaten them with court action. For me, I think that would be counterproductive.
And again, when you know our people, when somebody comes from overseas, I bring you some nice shit. I brought you shit. Now you're going to report me. Hey, you see, so it's not going to be working. But we hope that the authorities work hard on that. Let me. That's Pastor Emmanuel Chidi. William Bediako. Let me say good afternoon to both of you, and thank you very much for continuing
and
to
I
stay
don't know
with
if
us.
Kwame knows it. We heard a story also that a landlord was locked out by the tenants in Ghana.
Where did the landlord go?
The landlord travels and he got back. The tenants locked the gate out that they will not allow him in until he goes to a quarantine center for 14 days. Positive action.
They are all fired from the house. I think that's what he will say. But we've not fired Kwame. We have Kwame on. Yes, Kwame.
Yeah, brother. Actually, you see, one thing is that our data that we are collecting. Well, anyway, but first, mother is. They say what necessity is the mother of invention.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and to me, all these things that is coming. This we have some. We have to thank COVID-19 for some of the things that is exposing in the world. You see, we thought we prepared, but sometimes we've not. Like Frank was talking about tracing. Or you were saying about tracing of people who travel to the country and stuff like that.
Landlords should report them.
When you don't make the addressing system easy, people will always put down the most common thing they can remember quickly, because in the process of filing these kind of immigration forms on the plane and things like that, you just want to write something down. Without thinking deep about what you are doing. So you end up putting, instead of the address, you don't put your residential, you put posting box. You see, because sometimes the address is not straightforward. See something stroke 16 and stuff like that. Those things are all worrying. You see, why don't you make the address 49 Osbury Street finish? You see, and these are all exposing all those things. You see, and to tell people to report anybody who has come in and things, to me, is moving to another territory. But if it will help them to do all that they want to do, fine. But sometimes I see the gimmickry in all these things. You see, people trying to win political leverage and stuff like that. Because when you look at the science and the data they are posting to us, you see that the COVID-19 in Ghana or in elsewhere in Africa is flatlining. It's not going vertical. And these are the things that we have to be fair to our people. But then you can't say because of that people should take things easy. Because the numbers they are giving us, even they interview Kojo Mponkuma, the
information minister.
On the distance, because the numbers he is giving is near to a miracle. 39 recovery. What medicine are you using? You see, and even they asked him, and they said nobody in Ghana, nobody yet has been on intensive care.
Yes, Kwame, go on.
So if nobody has been on intensive care, from what stage do the people start recovering?
Is it the minor ones that you have, and then like we have the Prime Minister at home, self-isolating, just try to get it, and then there are a few people. Is that what they are saying people have recovered from, or the serious, the critical ones?
And again, Archie. Okay, Kwame, go ahead.
Sorry.
Kwame, go ahead. Yeah.
They even asked him about IC unit, ICU unit. You see, and the way he answered shows that nobody even have used an IC unit in Ghana. So all the numbers that they are giving us, where is that numbers generating from? You see, that's why they have to be going around saying we're going to people's home to fish for people who have the disease. Because if you are overwhelmed with the disease, would you have the time to do that? Because those frontline workers who will be going to people's houses to look for something that they think is there will be engaged somewhere else.
You see, Kwame, the danger I see, I mean, again, listeners, bear with us. These comments, some of them are Ghana specific, so I am actually speaking from the context within the Ghanaian situation, as we see now. My worry, especially actually in all this, is that government has succeeded in giving reasons to people to be doubtful of data, figures, and information they give them. Once that goes into the society and goes to the community, it becomes difficult to get the attention of the public to harness the community power that you need to fight things like this. Now, we do know that government has not been candid enough with certain infections in the country. We also do know Yesterday, for instance, a press conference, Archie, the health minister told the people of Ghana something, specific reference to how the Bank of Ghana hospital that was built was going to be used.
Yeah.
And he said they were going to use it to accommodate and treat VIPs. When there was a backlash, by close of the day, the Bank of Ghana, not from the health ministry again, the Bank of Ghana has issued a counter statement saying that their facilities are going to be available to the general public. You give me information like that, this for me is kind of an afterthought reaction. Are you getting me? It's an afterthought reaction. When you see it, that people begin to doubt whatever you are telling them. Secondly, yesterday we had a message from the presidency saying that about 99% of the staff at Jubilee House have tested negative.
Wow.
Right? Yes, personal data, personal medication, medical record are the same. But that is not true.
Well, it's a 99%. So
that is not true. Because Ghanaians have asked questions of certain individuals that they know traveled
outside. Yeah.
Those who have not been seen in public when the need was there for them to be there.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? Besides, you tell me that the whole staff at Jubilee House has been tested. Good luck to you. How many testing equipment do we have in Ghana? You are telling us that the family or the president, the whole family has been tested? Oh, really? Why are you testing them if there was no need? If there was no pressing danger at the presidency? If they've not made contacts
with people
who are infected? Because what we understand that the testing you are doing now, that's even yesterday, you also was. You're trying to track down potential people who might have contact, who have had contact with those that had a coronavirus. Those are the testings you are doing now. So you are not doing mass testing. So what is the reason behind going to test a whole presidency if there was no pressing danger? At the same time, that same communique, you are telling us that 99% of the people, so who is the 1%?
Oh, it's a secret.
You see, actually, once you carve information like that in the public domain, people are not stupid.
Yeah, you leave room for speculation.
And then they begin to doubt some of the information. And governments at this point, a very point in time, must avoid such. Because the moment you do that, you put doubts in people's mind, even if when you need the people's power, when you need the mobilization force of the people, they will do it out of fear of their own life.
Yeah.
But when you need them to come together, they are not going to do it because they don't trust you.
Yeah. And
that, for me, could potentially be so dangerous than even the virus. You know?
Interesting. Listen, let's start Radio UK, 12:42 the time. We have Kwame on the line, and I have with me Mr. Frank Davis, Archie. We are here bringing you the morning show. Now, Kwame, you were talking about the fact that you wanted government to actually shut down the whole country or lock down the whole country.
Yeah, no, I mean, like the partial lockdown they've done, it should be in the whole country so that all the people in the country will become aware that something is happening. You see, but when you come and you do it in small bits, in piecemeal, like the other day there was a letter going out that in Ayawa, so they are going to do mass testing. You see, and they came out with another thing, like Frank was saying that, it's not going to be mass testing, but it's going to be people that they feel the people mostly are in that Ayawaso community. If I'm living in another community, I'll think, me, my community, we are okay. You see, so I can go out.
Okay. Well, you might have been infected.
Yes, this kind of information to me is not good. You see, the whole country, partial shutdown. If you have to go out, it has to be critical or something you want to do, it's very important, then you go out. You see, so everybody have a new lifestyle. Then we fight the disease together. Because somebody might say, look, if I'm in Ghana and I want to travel, say, to the Volta region, and there's police people on the way, I can still go.
How do you go?
I'll use my position to go.
You guys have 10, I'm going to say 10 pounds. 10 Ghana, give it to them, they will let you pass.
And these are the things that we don't want. So if there's partial lockdown, they ask you, why are you going? We said nobody should go. And these are the things that, to me, is worrying. So scientifically, the data we are getting shows that, look, what this thing, because we don't want to talk about that so that people might think, oh, it's okay. But to me, there's something wrong with the data we are getting. And even with the Bank of Ghana thing, I don't think the Bank of Ghana should have come out to issue any letter.
Yeah, the Ministry of Health should have come out again.
When you live under a government or you live under a situation where it's cloudy, where there are gray areas, these are the things that we are. Because when the minister was saying, he said the Bank of Ghana have offered them 2 floors. So what they do with the 2 floors is up to them.
It's up to them.
The Bank of Ghana has no more say. So if they come out to say they are using it for VIP, the Bank of Ghana has no say to anything again. I heard
that a VIP, they said it's very is infected people.
Yes, if there's a flag on that issue, the government should have to take the blame, not the Bank of Ghana.
Yeah. Of course.
So they shouldn't have come. But then, when they are all mixed up with these gray areas and they are doing things under the shadow, they all panic. They come out and do all these things. Rather, they mess up the whole situation. So because they are all in cahoots and they are doing all these things. But the situation is, look, like even here, the health minister here one time said they are hoping when we get into the hot summer, the situation might change.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said the other day, maybe that hot weather we have in Ghana is having different effect on the virus.
I think from that point, what they were trying to say was that now during the winter times we have lots of the NHS, virtually being overwhelmed by people with these winter diseases. So by the time we get to summer, it would have died down because there will be lots of space in the hospitals for them. That's what they were looking at, but not necessarily that the summer could turn around the tide of the COVID-19 infection. No, that's not it.
So now that means that year 2, they are not giving us the right data of people who are, like, they always come out and say, oh, somebody have died of the disease, but have it underlining health. Again, it's the families who are saying that this person has not got any underlying anything. It's not like they've done a post-mortem for them to say that, oh, well, the person died and we did post-mortem and this person didn't have any underlying issue. No, it's the families who say, no, he was okay. So as to whether even that will hold water is another question. Yeah, so you see, that's what I'm saying, that the whole data thing to us is no this day, because when you look at the Ghana specific like this, the number of people they said they've been affected and the number of recovery, and the people, none of them have been to intensive unit.
Yeah.
So that means none of them have been onto ventilation. So how are they recovering? And what effect is the disease really having in the country?
Kwame, we also know that it's not everybody in this country who actually get infected gets into intensive units. We know that, like yourself, you said yesterday, over 80% of people don't need, in fact, it's only about 5% or 10% who need intensive care. Some people don't even need to get to hospital at all. Some will even have it with mild feverish symptoms and other things. So statistically, it is possible that some of those people who might have contracted it in Ghana didn't need the intensive treatment. The question that legitimately can also be asked from the angle you're coming from is, at what stage did someone moved from being infected to a critical stage and then to recovery? Death?
Oh, to death, okay.
Especially that with reference to those who died.
Yeah.
With reference to those who died. if the health minister, for instance, is saying that they didn't have to use, or they've not used intensive units as at this time, then why did some people pass on to glory? Where did they need ventilators? That they didn't have them, or what exactly? We do know that some people die on ventilators, but they need to be able to inform, or we need to know, how did they die? Did they die as a direct result of lack? We know here, for instance, staff shortage in Spain, food issue, lack of ventilators, and lack of beds is even causing death. So in Ghana, you said no, we've got to a point where the infections, we've got this high success of recovery, which is trending. I mean, very good. We've also had deaths. Now the deaths, you are also telling us that there has not been any need for the use of intensive units. So the question will be asked then, what caused the death? COVID caused the death, fine. At what stage of the infection did they die? Is it because they didn't have any someone looking after them? Is it because they were wrongly diagnosed in the first place, as we saw, or as we were told, in the woman who died in Kumasi, and then Obo's father case, where they moved from one hospital to another, and even the doctors were not informed that the person had traveled for them to take them. Now, why were these people not taken to intensive unit? Is it because the intensive unit that they told us is ready is even not there? So there are a lot of questions that anytime they speak, or anytime they brief the public, they open more, they leave more questions for us to wonder. And once you start doing that, people then begin again. Trust is very important. We need to trust the information the authorities are giving us. If we cannot trust such information, it becomes increasingly difficult, and it will make their job very, very difficult. That is where disinformation and misinformation thrives.
Okay. Yeah, listen to Starr Radio UK. In the next 9 minutes, we'll bring the program to a close. But we still have Kwame there. Let's go to Kwame. Kwame.
Yeah, finally, you said that the people you in your possession, or the people you have in the hospitals and the quarantine and stuff like that, none of them have used intensive units, or they've not been very sick and stuff like that, and some of them are recovered and things. So that means the message we have to get out to the people is that if you know you've traveled and you've come in, maybe self-isolate for some time, and let's see that nothing will happen. So to waste money to go say, I'm going to test all the people in that area, to me is the wrong message, and it connotes something else. Is it because already the people that you have who are part of the people who have traveled, none of them have been that sick. So what informed you to go and say, I'm going to interview somebody who hasn't reported to any hospital?
I see. It is true.
Why are you trying to, why is the need to waste that money to recruit people to go and do that? Thank you.
Right. Kwame, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution today. Listen at Starr Radio UK. The next 8 minutes will bring the program to a close. So we'll be going round quickly to bring you all that is happening. COVID plus everything. But information coming through. Comedian Eddie Large has died. The Scottish comedian was famous for being part of a double act, Little and Large. Okay, that is for you. And then the Labour leadership ballot is closing today. By tomorrow, or by Saturday, they'll be announcing the new Labour leader. So by Monday, there will be a new Labour leader in town. Who is it going to be? Is another question we are looking at there. And then in other parts of the world as well, the US has passed China, has passed Italy, has passed all the. It's just moving. The US is champion, just moving on.
In terms of the numbers.
Yeah.
But actually, they're doing a lot of testing. That is one thing we need to give them credit for. They're doing, in fact, they've tested more people than any other country.
Okay.
So it's obvious. I mean, that's like the way we were saying earlier on, that it's obvious that the more people you test, the more cases you're going to get.
Okay.
Which again would suggest that, I mean, the reported cases in most of the countries are not a true reflection of the infected people. Because evidence is suggesting that the mass testing, or the more people you test, the more reported cases
you will be having. So
I would look at them as probably, the figures are increasing. The test numbers will not be of a worry to me. The number of infections will not be a worry to me. What will be troubling will be the number of deaths that they are recording.
Okay. But what do you say about what the Prime Minister said pertaining to testing? He is saying that, listen, the way for us to get out of this is testing. But people are saying no. Some of the experts last night, one of them who was on one program, I've forgotten the name, was saying that no, not testing, because you test the person today and then tomorrow the person, I mean, if it's in the front, it's a frontline staff, and then has an encounter with somebody or being, the person might catch it. So testing, you think that it's not the way forward?
Actually, for me, I think testing it has to be a combination of measures. Look, you can test me today, and tomorrow or next week I can begin to develop symptoms. What I think will be more reasonable with the availability of testing kits, so that periodically you can test someone. The testing of health workers is very crucial, because when the person have a bit of symptoms and they do not know whether they are actually infected or not, it takes them off the shift, which then put pressure on
the other staff.
Again, it takes if they have the virus, they don't know, they go into the ward, they even infect people who might not have it. So testing the health workers is very, very, very important. Now, what we do have to do though is to not play or make the mistakes that we made. Look, health workers on duty who might be tested today, going back tomorrow, should still have the access to some of these kits, or they should be ready to be tested again, or we should make provision for them to be tested again, so that anytime they feel something like that or they suspect anything, they test themselves. If we can do that, then you can maintain the staff that you need. Yet you cost us a little bit of more money in terms of testing, but it will be doing a little bit of catch up, because we laid back, we did not react. In fact, African countries are reacting better than the UK and the European countries reacted when this whole thing started. Meanwhile, the transportation network between this place and China, it was fluid as anything that you can get.
Wow, listeners, we're bringing the program to a close. Whilst we try to line up a very lovely music for you, let me bring you some headlines. Now, lightning kills 20 people during Congo lockdown. A bolt struck high voltage power lines which fell in a residential area of Brazzaville, killing 20 people. And then no visitors to see Victoria Falls roar back to life. And then Rwanda coronavirus lockdown has been extended. Rwanda's leader has extended it. I think that maybe it's working, but they need to make sure that they get rid of everything. So they've extended Mauritius to stagger shopping days by surname. So I don't know how many surnames. If you live in my country, Ghana, where we have maybe 1 million surnames. By the time they get to Z, interested.
Why by surname? It should be by first name, because what you potentially are doing with is you are locking families now.
But
if someone is Frank, another person is Archie, another person is
you can get all the Franks to come, you get all the Archies to come.
The potential possibility that someone from my household might be Patricia, and therefore might be able to bring a bit of food. It's also high. But if you're going to say, okay,
by surname,
by surname means that Davids. If my name is Davids, it means that until get to D, we are stuck.
I'm H. You chop before I chop. Wow, interesting. Okay. Just running up. when it comes to the tracker, let me just give you a bit of what is happening there. In total, confirmed cases in Africa, we got 6,449. Active confirmed cases, 5,694. Recovered, 516. Confirmed deaths, 239. That is gone on. Total confirmed cases in Algeria, total confirmed cases is 847. Active confirmed cases 728. Recovered 61. Confirmed deaths 58. Okay, listeners, Starr Radio UK. We're bringing the program to a close. So whilst we do that, I will try to line up some lovely tune for you, and that is why I continue to bring you these updates while Frank tried to line it all up nicely for you. When it comes to the Comoros, they don't have any. Congo Brazzaville has got 22, that is confirmed cases, 20 active, and then death 2. Democratic Republic of Congo, 123 confirmed, 109 active, 3 recover, 11 dead. Djibouti, 33 confirmed, 33 active, no death, no recovered yet. Egypt, 779 confirmed, 548 active, and then 179 recovered, 52 dead. Equatorial Guinea, 15 active, 14 so 15 confirmed, 14 active, and then 1 recovery. And then Eritrea, 18 confirmed, 18 active, no recovery, no death. Eswatini, 9 confirmed, 9 active, no recovery, no death. Ethiopia, 29 confirmed, 26 active, 3 recovery, no death. Gabon, 18 confirmed, 17 active, 0 recovery, 1 dead. Now Gambia, 4 confirmed, 1 active, 2 recovered, 1 dead. Ghana, 195 active, confirmed, 159 active, 31 recovered, 5 dead. Now Guinea, 30 confirmed, 30 recover active, 0 dead, and 0 recovery there as well. I'm still in G, so I bet you it's going to take me a long time for me to get to the Z. It's like the surname that is being used by which country for people to go get food. I think if they use that, I think the people will be very, very hungry there. But it is Starr Radio UK, and this is where we're going to bring in the program to a close. Thank you very much to each and every one of you for staying in to bring us to enjoy this program. We thank you, those of you on the Facebook, those of you on Twitter, those of you on Periscope, those of you on our YouTube channels, those of you on our tuning app, those of you on our own apps. We salute you all, but don't go away. We take a commercial break. Once we come back, I bring you the closing song, and that will be from Black Rasta, and it says, Caro. He thinks that he has to, reverse the whole thing and maybe put some fun in it. You don't want to miss out on that. Stay tuned while we take a quick commercial break.
Hello, good people. I'm back again, and this time it's about Mama's Choice Fufu Mix. It comes in 2 flavors, and it contains essential minerals and vitamins. It's gluten-free. You can grab one from the nearest Afro-Caribbean shop or the corner shop next to you. Insist it's Mama's Choice. It's certified by both the US and the UK Food Standard Boards. Grab one for yourself today. Mama's Choice. Ubedisa Charlie. Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Thank you very much for tuning in once again. Pastor William Bediako, I just recognize recognize you. Thank you very much for joining us. And to every one of you who joined in as well, we salute you all. But like I said earlier on, Caro, a song that's been composed by Black Rasta, coming your way. On that note, thank you to Mr. Olayomi Koiki and Mr. Frank and Frank Davis and myself, and to every one of you who helped to bring the program. Kwame, thank you very much. Felix as well. Have a top of the day, but continue to keep yourself safe. Don't go out if you don't need to. If it's not important to do that, just stay away and make sure that you keep yourself safe. Thank you. God richly bless you, and bye-bye for now.
What a dangerous thing. Them say wash your hand, wash your mouth, wash your face, and we still are dead like mosquito. It's a virus, virus, virus. It's a virus. Lord, it's a killer, killer, killer. So dangerous. Coronavirus. So dangerous. Cantankerous. So murderous. Murderous. So murderous. Signs of the end time. Runway rude boy. It's a virus, virus, virus. It's a virus. Dangerous. It's a killer, killer, killer. So dangerous. Coronavirus. So dangerous. Cantankerous. So murderous. Murder. Murderous. So murderous. Come, make we pray. No far we are dead night and day. I don't want to be corona spread. In peace and love and harmony I want stay. Real. Come, make we pray. 'Cause sons of the demons come to play. Big man and woman they must slay. I never borrow, why must I pay? Caro, go away. Go and never come again. Don't come and spoil with play. Caro, go away. Caro, go away. Caro, go away. It's a virus, virus, virus. It's a virus. It's a killer, killer, killer. Dun. What a dangerous thing. Them say wash your hand, wash your mouth, wash your face, and we still are dead like mosquito. It's a virus, virus, virus. It's a virus. Lord, it's a killer, killer, killer. So dangerous. Coronavirus. So dangerous. Cantankerous. So murderous. Murderous. So murderous. Signs of the end time. Runway rude boy. It's a virus, virus, virus. It's a virus. Dangerous. It's a killer, killer, killer. So dangerous. make we pray. No far we are dead night and day. I don't want to be corona spread. In peace and love and harmony I want stay. Real. Come, make we pray. Cause sons of the demons come to play. Pygmy man and woman they must slay. I never borrow, why must I pay? Caro, go away. Go and never come again. Don't come and smile with play. Caro, go away. Caro, go away. Caro, go away. It's a virus. It's a virus. It's a killer, so dangerous. Coronavirus, so dangerous, cantankerous, so murderous. So murderous. Father God, why so? You make the wicked man run the show. Ow. Children no longer go to school. Blood run the place like a pool.
Thanks for listening.
Father God, why so?
Thanks for listening.
You're giving power to the wicked fool. I want to see the place calm and cool. Father God, we love you, feel true. You real? Caro, go away. Go and never come again. Don't come and spoil with play. Caro, go away. Move over. Caro, go away. Caro, go away. It's a virus. It's a virus. It's a killer, so dangerous. Move over. Coronavirus, so dangerous, cantankerous, so murderous. So murderous. It's a virus. It's a virus. It's a killer, so dangerous. Move over. Coronavirus, so dangerous, cantankerous, so murderous. Dun. What a dangerous thing. Them say wash your hand, wash your mouth, wash your face, and we still are dead like mosquito. It's a virus. It's a virus. Lord, it's a killer, so dangerous. Coronavirus, so dangerous, cantankerous, so murderous. So murderous. Signs of the end time. Run away, rude boy. It's a virus. It's a virus. Dangerous. It's a killer, so dangerous. Coronavirus, so dangerous, cantankerous, so murderous. So murderous. Come, make we pray. No far we are dead night and day. I don't want to be corona spread. In peace and love and harmony I want stay. Real. Come, make we pray. Cause sons of the demons come to play. Pygmy man and woman they never borrow, why must I pay? Caro, caro, go away, go and never come again. Don't come and smile with play. Caro, caro, go away. Caro, caro, go away. Caro, caro, go away. It's a virus, virus, virus. It's a virus. It's a killer, killer, killer. So dangerous. Coronavirus, so dangerous, cantankerous, so murderous. Murderous, so murderous. Father, Father God, why so? You make the wicked man run the show. Ow. Children no longer go to school. Blood run the place like a pool. Father, Father God, why so? You're giving power to the wicked fool. I want to see the place calm and cool. Father God, we love you, feel true. Real. Caro, caro, go away, go and never come again. Don't come and smile with play. Caro, caro, go away. Move over. Caro, caro, go away. Caro, caro, go away. It's a virus, virus, virus. It's a virus. It's a killer, killer, killer. So dangerous. Move over. Coronavirus, so dangerous, cantankerous, so murderous. Murder. Murderous, so murderous. It's a virus, virus, virus. It's a virus. It's a killer, killer, killer. So dangerous. Move over. Coronavirus, so dangerous, cantankerous, so murderous. Murder. Murderous, so murderous.
Mama's Choice Fufu Mix.
Mama's Choice is the best kept fufu secret in Ghana. It's made with all natural ingredients and vitamins and minerals are added to it. And you fearful for pepepe, people love it.
For dear, and one Mama's Choice. And you fearful for pepepe.
Charlie, where do you fast?
Me want for be men walk. Fufu na head they say. Mama's Choice. Ube disa.
Mama's Choice Fufu Mix. Ube disa. Mama's Choice Fufu Mix.
Mama's Choice is the best kept fufu secret in Ghana. It's made with all natural.